Hello guys, welcome to the second channel, where I post vlogs, commentary, rants with a lot less editing than my main channel so my hands don't break. And today I have one question for you. Why is everyone mad on the internet? I tend to veer more toward like fun content, especially as I get older in my free time. When I'm not posting about drama, I'd rather look at things that people aren't virtually shanking each other and use the internet to watch like bulldog skating and other funny little clips that make me think, yeah, there is some happiness and goofiness in this world and not everything has to be that serious. And then I accidentally travel on down
the comment section.
So look at this cute video of a woman excited for her mom to arrive to show her her new grand puppy. That is not a grandbaby, that is a dog. Know the difference and treat it as such. What do you feel about that, Butters? She says you're not a baby. Can't even look at the screen. He don't even want to look at you. People treating their pets as human beings is cringe. It's a dog, not a baby. I understand if you can't have children. Oh, good. Thanks. I'm really glad Jennifer has given me the okay. I feel at peace. But that's still no excuse. This is why animals are valued more than babies in the room. Because of this girl and her chihuahua? And animals are more valued to people who can't treat human beings with dignity and love. This is part of the problem. Stop this nonsense! Well, welcome to Why Did This Trigger You Today?
Why did this trigger you? Tell me bruh, why? Mad over memes about a slice of pie. Stretching outrage for that internet high. Better breathe deep, let the drama pass by.
So a lot of people cannot stand when others take videos of people in the gym. Embarrassed isn't even the word. So this is a video that someone took, and the person who took it is talking about the back boobs on the back. This is a flex for you, recording someone who's obviously doesn't know it's happening to try and shame them to get likes. You are the problem. I'm more embarrassed for you that you still think it's okay to randomly record people and post it. Filming people without their consent at the gym, congratulate them for actually showing up and working out like you should be. So if they and the other 4,000 people who are leaving very similar comments read the super short caption, then they would know that the one with the back boobs is the one posting the video. That's her. She's making fun of herself. I would stare at me too if I had double D's on my back. So it's okay everyone, she's just making fun of herself. Somehow the little inserts in the front ended up on the back and she was wondering why a lot of people were looking at her. That actually happened to me, not specifically. I accidentally wore leggings on a butt and hamstring day. And I was bending over, stretching up my legs, flipping around, jumping, fringing. Everybody was staring at me so hard. And I was like, what is everyone's problem? I went into the mirror and I noticed instead of leggings, I was wearing shears. Everybody saw everything. It was a moment. Anyway, back to the boobs on the back girl. I noticed that people speak with their chest just puffed out, so strong with their opinions, and then when people tell them that they're wrong, they can never be like, oh, whoops, you're right, I'm sorry. Instead, they just kind of go silent. So you just record other people and post them on your page. My passion is to inspire other women. And then people in the comment section told him, and then it's just crickets. I would feel like my anxiety would just be so high that I got this wrong and I spoke so hard that I would immediately be like, shoot, sorry everybody, I was completely wrong. Speaking of the gym, you know what really sets people off and makes them write a lot of paragraphs on the internet? Fat people in the gym who talk about fitness. So I got tagged in this one a lot. Being fit and looking fit are two completely different things. One is testable, the other is a beauty standard. So of course, I don't have to tell you, there's a bunch of people in the comment section challenging that from men and women. What's your mile time? Strong doesn't mean fit. I'm not hating. Fit is often used when you don't have much fat and the muscle shows more. No, that's actually lean. Lean means that you can show your muscles more. The comment section was all over the place. From people saying, this is not fit. No, it is fit. You're just fat phobic. Fit means lean and beautiful. You know, someone that I would want to fuck myself. Fat people can be fit too. You're just fat phobic. How dare she label herself as fit? Being fit means having good health and strength and the ability to perform daily activities, sports, and work. It can also mean being able to manage stress, fatigue, and disease. So it's no secret, she's overweight, she knows that, but if you go to her profile, this woman does more than just strength training. Honey, she be running, rowing, and doing the pull-ups. So it looks like she checks most of the boxes for being fit. I'm not exactly sure why we're fighting about this. Also, she just had a baby. That's the biggest catfish ever. Gets pregnant, womp womp, stuck for life, don't need to take care of myself. And don't say she had a baby when she clearly feed a whole village. And he's got a private account along with a beer as a profile picture. So pretty sure he's part of that group of fat men who really get upset by fat women. You know, I was actually one of those people who thought that fat people equal never working out and thin people always work out. And when I became a trainer, my eyes opened super wide. I got told by just viewing people. Most of my obese clients were just fine with working out, from cardio to lifting. They were fine. They just overconsumed food. My thin clients, super out of breath after a few push-ups. I was in shock. I had no idea. I always thought thin people just had the easiest time working out. That means they work out all the time. But to me, she's completely right. When I'm at my leanest for competitions, there is no way in hell my ass is gonna run a mile. Or lift for that matter. New woman-only rideshare service launches in Las Vegas. No men. So I don't use a lot of rideshare services. I was taught not to get into strangers' cars at all when I was a kid, and it kind of stayed with me till now. I'm scared of everyone. But for many of my friends and family members who use these types of things, many of the women have stories of an Uber driver being suggested. That goes for taxi drivers too. I don't know, something about it just freaks me out. I don't like it at all. I think this is a great option for people. Like if I had a daughter, I'm trying to think, if I had a daughter and she just had to use these things, I would rather her just use this. I think it's kind of a great idea. Maybe not a great business idea because you're cutting out half of your clientele, but as a civilian, I think it's pretty great. I don't know why anyone would have an issue with this.
Bitches will still use Uber Watch. Oh, so no one will be tipping. So a male-only rideshare is gonna be fine, yeah?
Sure, do it, start one. I think it'd be great. Then you don't have to deal with any of us bitches.
I wish there was an option as a driver to not be able to pick up androphobic, sexist feminists.
I don't know how you would vet that, but it'd be a little hard to do, but I'm wishing you all the luck. You should try to do that. Anyway, so I commented on this because people were very angry in the comment section, and I was like, y'all be acting like snowflakes. People from a certain group who like to call people snowflakes don't like to be called snowflakes themselves. Excuse you, I have read a ton of comments. Nobody seems upset by this. Your comment is nothing but a projection and a fallacy. Sir, are you trying to convince me that a post about a grandma meeting her grandpup who had a ton of people angry and paragraphs a-flowing about a small chihuahua and only had about 4,000 comments to this post that has almost 10,000 comments doesn't have anybody angry or upset, wishing for the downfall? It's just a good time and silly little jokes. This is called discrimination. I hope a man orders the ride and is refused. Then he can sue them for all their money. If an extremely overweight gal who can't fit in a car can sue Lyft, then the guy can sue. And I would look at him like he's an idiot too and just say, why didn't you get a Lyft or an Uber? But he's not wrong, you can sue for anything. And that's completely up to whoever owns this company to figure out how they want to do that and deal with all of that stuff. I hope they would make sure they can't get sued too bad. I don't know, it's their issue. I have no problem with this. It doesn't affect me at all. But a little ridiculous to say that people aren't getting emotional in the comment section. Michelle! She tagged me and said my name. She must mean business. You don't even know what a woman is. I stopped watching your videos when you did one on an obese woman who looked like a woman, yet she identified as trans. I think she's talking about the Fat Doctor UK. Trans guy doesn't really help his clients about obesity. In fact, he keeps them quite fat. When she clearly wasn't. And you called her him pronouns because you're afraid of the woke crowd. Pathetic! Okay, excuse you, Miss Crocs of Canada. I have never had trouble defining what a woman is, just like I've never had a problem using someone's preferred pronouns, as long as I'm aware. A biological woman is a person with XX chromosomes and female reproductive organs. That's never been hard for me to do on this channel. You guys know if you get stuck, Google does exist. Just a basic woman has a definition, man has a definition. They also have trans man, trans woman definitions. And if you're still confused about something, I bet there's a whole bunch of people in the comment section giving their definition of each. But everything has a definition, and these were pretty straightforward to me. And people are welcome to define whatever they want to do. I don't force people to do anything. But don't act like I'm scared of something because you're upset about a video. If this person isn't up to par to what you think they should be as they transition, you can make a video if you want, focusing on that yourself. Quite frankly, that's not the point of my video. If you pulled the Crocs out of your butt cheeks, the point was right there. There's a frickin' doctor telling people that it's perfectly fine to be morbidly obese, with a catchphrase saying, fat and thriving. Hi, I am editing right now. You know me, I'm so curious. And I was going through the comments on that post, and a lot of people were saying to anyone that was like, oh, this is a cool idea for women. And many people were saying,
Define what a woman is.
so I was like, okay, so this is like a popular thing to say to people, and I feel like I'm out of the loop, and I looked it up, and it's that guy, Matt Walsh, who goes through the streets with a microphone and asks people, what is a woman?
What is a woman? Can you tell me that?
And I was like, oh my gosh, I remember that guy, the man that got triggered over the Disney movie that talked about periods, something that girls and women get. So, okay, I just wanted to know where it came from. Anyway, this was a very new level of trigger that I haven't experienced. You didn't want to use someone's pronouns. Fine, that's free will. I don't make anyone do anything. Do your thing. Use your platform to do whatever you want. I'm not someone who forces anyone to use words that they don't want to use. And many people in every single group need to understand that not everyone's going to do that. But I am understanding that she's triggered because I won't do what she wants me to do, which isn't that the same thing as the group that gets upset that you don't use preferred pronouns, which means you're the same as the woke mob. I don't deal with entitled people from any community. Certain people, or shall I say friends, who had issues with me in the past should understand that now when it comes to, you know, preferred pronouns and me just not knowing. I will absolutely never understand why he wanted to twist my words so bad. But I got taught to just put yourself in other people's shoes. Many people don't understand the use of they, them pronouns, or, you know, trans people, just as people don't understand misophonia, which I have, and they call me a freak. They say I just want to control people. They say I just want attention. I've been hearing it since I was younger when I said, hey, I feel this way. And then they want to say, no, that's not real. That's not a real thing. But man, does it really soothe my soul when people really just comply with what I have going on, even though they just don't get it. It's wonderful. It makes me feel good. And it would be very hypocritical of me to not put myself in other people's shoes when our issues are not exactly the same, but we do hear quite similar comments from people who don't understand. Anyway, dogs are something that I always watch on the internet, and I don't really go to the comment section, but it seems to really make people angry sometimes. Your mom decides to move to a cold country, so now this is you before each walk, and so we see her putting on a puff jacket, some boots, the pug is ready to go. That poor pug. So she follows up and says it's negative 20 degrees outside, and there's salt on the ground, which can hurt her paws. That's kind of what's going on here. I have a pug, and the only reason you dress that pug up is because it's for you, not the pug. If the pug had her way, she would not be dressed like that. Yeah, pugs wouldn't do a lot of things, like walk, so they kind of need it. It's all about the dressing up and the views and the showing off. I'm very curious though, does she not need all of these things that she's layered on? I'm not too sure. I live in California, we don't get too cold here. How do you keep your dog safe in the snow and cold? Jackets and sweaters are a great plan for dogs with short coats. Well, maybe you should just listen to a random person on the internet. They seem to know what they're talking about. Okay, so this next one got some blood pressure rising up. I feel like this shouldn't even be satire, but many people were very angry at Mia Dio for basically saying, let's call men that constantly sleep around hoes too. Give them the same energy.
Let's normalize calling some men ran through because, let's be honest, that's exactly what some of them are.
So ran through is a term that the podcast bro likes to talk about. If you watched Andrew Tate, then you've probably heard it. It's basically when a woman has a high body count of sexual partners, and then the podcast bro will follow up that sentence and complain about not getting sex. It makes perfect sense if you're a podcast bro who's also an idiot.
No, he's not a womanizer, he's not a heartthrob. Maybe he's just, como se dice, easy. Maybe he just has no self-respect, you know?
Tell me you are ran through without
You forgot the W.
telling me. I love when you desperately wants to cake it about men. Meanwhile, I am sure you are
Got a pirate over here.
amongst the women who use incel as an insult,
Is it a compliment?
indirectly proving the point. Also, it is a lot easier for women to sleep around than men.
What does that have to do with having the same energy with men that are very highly sleeping around? Maybe he'll explain.
That is one reason. The second one is that it's far more likely for women with a high body count to be unfaithful in a relationship.
Nope. No. Let me look that up really quick. No, all the sources except for podcast bro type websites are saying that anyone that has a super high body count and used to just getting freaky with anybody tend to cheat when they get into a monogamous relationship. So I'm not too sure why you're saying that.
But of course you have to shame and manipulate them for their preferences. If the roles were reversed, y'all would scream misogyny the loudest. Business mafia, business success motivation.
You know, well, if you want to learn about all of that, check them out. A little hard because they're private.
Motherless behavior. What do you mean that only men can call women ran through? Oh wait, you think only women could be considered nasty and used? Here's my lip gloss. Welcome to the club, sister. I don't know about you, but some of us women have standards as well. And you're not exempt from them because your biological function of a male is to spread your seed.
And why do many mouths want the same brush? Because he's experienced, not dirty.
Oh, ew. No, not with the winky face. And then when you slide up, he's having that weird smile. Oh, no, that's gross.
A lot of you are unemployed and unmotivated, talking about it's my biological function to spread my seed. Okay, if you wanted to go spread your seed so bad, go be a farmer, because then at least you have a freaking job. You just can't make a heathen into a husband.
Women get conquered. It's zero effort. Men conquered have to have numerous skills, traits, and abilities to even be considered attaining a female.
I'm guessing having good grammar is not part of the skills he thinks he needs to attain a female.
It is not comparable. Being opened by many keys versus being a key that opens many locks.
I'm trying to figure out which one's worth, toothbrush analogy or the key.
The purity of a woman is her main value, so it's not a good idea to compare the two.
Y'all, the podcast bro has entered the chat. I bet you if my little finger click on this profile, it's gonna be some type of man with a microphone that teaches you how to be strong. Let's do it. Strength-based innovator. And not only is he whatever that is, he's also a intimacy and conflict. I'm not exactly sure what he does with intimacy and conflict, but I'm sure he shows you how to be the key. You know, first post that I see, he has a microphone, so let's see what he says.
Vámonos, baby, vente, vámonos. Vine solo al party y me voy con dos. Hey, vámonos, baby, vente, vámonos. Casa amigo.
Okay, those were some very manly points there. You know, I'm just gonna say, I get it. I can see how he can teach a lot of men how to be men again and be very strong. Anyway, those were a few things that I saw that people were very emotional about. Had to write a lot of paragraphs. I usually don't sprint to the comment section. I know it's fun to read the comments, but I'm learning something with anxiety. Comments and anxiety don't go well together and it increases your anxiety. I'm trying to get a hold of that as I age, and I usually don't go to the comments of these types of pages because it seems that people just like to fight on the internet about things you really don't need to fight about. Really, the Chihuahua, who cares if someone says that's their grandpup? Don't call the dogs in your family your grandpup then. It's fine. Anyway, thank you for coming on today's random video. We are going to have a lot more on here because, like I said, less editing, more time to actually upload. And don't you forget to tell me what triggered you today. Maybe something I did or said, maybe it's something from life, I don't know, but tell us. Let it out instead of writing a whole paragraph on a random page. Write it on my page. Not promising that I might make fun of you if it's stupid.
A virtual fight, throwing shade over pixels through the dead of the night. Caps lock gangster, typos take flight. Arguing about napkins at a 5-star bite. Comment section popping hurricanes and spoons. Debating coffee brands till the afternoon swoons. Fingers tapping passion like piano tunes. Storm brewing about emojis under crescent moons. Why did this trigger you? Tell me bruh, why? Mad over memes about a slice of pie. Stretching out rage for that internet high. Better breathe deep, let the drama pass by. Stacking arguments higher.